Hey everyone, it's Hog. I'm going to be showing off the latest updates to Hog Chanting, or Hogs Enchants, I think they're called. Yeah, Hogs Enchants. First off, I've changed the enchanting table texture and particles, and there's now this floating thing around it. The Hog Chanting table this is, and the way you get it as well. Is no longer found in a structure that spawns around the world. Instead, you're going to have to head over to a deep dark, and more importantly, an ancient city. And why are we here in this ancient city? Well, we need to grab ourselves. I've got an unlucky hold. Nope. Got the silence armor trim before all I want. Nope. Oh yes, finally. Okay. I've opened so many chests just to find us. Yeah, so what we are here for is the echo shards. We only need one, but I'll grab all three anyway. To a crafting table with 4 polished deep slate, like this, 2 bone blocks, and the echo shard, and craft ourselves the Hog Chanting table. And then we can place this down, and it works the same as before, so you can interact, and all the enchantments for that item will appear. So yeah, you have to be holding the item you want to enchant when you interact with it. There's also a new disenchant button. I will need one of these and 8 levels in order to enchant the item, so I can enchant it with, I don't know, just a bunch of these enchantments, and then if I look at the item, you will see that it now has all the enchantments and says has custom properties, and if I disenchant the item, you will see that all the enchantments are gone and it's just a regular item. I've added a total of 6 new enchantments. First off is Grapple, which is one for the fishing rod, which allows you to cast your rod and then launch yourself towards where it is, which is very overpowered, but in turn it uses extra durability. So in total I think you only have like 64 uses of it without them breaking or mending. And that is another change, that all the enchantments that do use up durability, like this grapple one here and some more later on, unbreaking will work with it and reduce the amount that will break. Next up I'll show you the crossbow enchantments. So if we go over to here, you see there are 2 new crossbow enchantments. First off I will show you Barrage, which you can then enchant like this. And one special feature that I've added now as well is, because I have Barrage for instance, I can't have the second enchantment, Skulk Stream. See, it says you can't because there's already enchantments that you're not allowed with it. So Barrage, how it works is, if you see, I can just load the crossbow and shoot it normally, but if I crouch and load the crossbow, you'll see it will say on the side of how many arrows are loaded into my crossbow. And then when I charge up finally by uncrouching, I can look at the zombie and shoot a barrage of bullets. It's kind of hard to see, but now I have this barrage crossbow with quick charge 3. And just a side note, barrage cannot work with multi-shot. And now I can shoot all of these arrows towards the zombie. It's better to see with more. The next one I'll show you is Skulk Stream. This is a little overpowered, but I don't think it's that big of a deal really. So you see we now have Skulk Stream on this crossbow. Let's go find the zombie again. And also charge up the shot. Say Warden Beam instead of the arrow. You can hear the sound of the charge it up. And then find the mob you want to kill, like this cow, and it deals a lot of damage. I think 20 to 10 damage depending on how far the mob is. The further away, the less damage. And now we have 2 new enchantments for the shield. First off, I will show you Glowing Blessing. And if I spawn a bunch of these even, and then go in game mode S, if I hold the shield, eventually, yeah, it spawns this beam, which pulls all the mobs nearby towards me. Which isn't always the worst, it's always good, but sometimes, in this case it's not good, but it can help in some situations if you want to pull them off towards you. And next up is Warden Wave. Warden Wave works with thorns, but cannot work with Glowing Blessing, you see. So you can have thorns and Warden Wave, but you can't have Warden Wave and Glowing Blessing. And what this one will do is, when you get hit, have a small chance to launch all the mobs away from you, killing this thing. The selling point to this enchantment though is that if I summon a warden, activates it, the warden hits me and activates one little fun one I thought I'd add in is rainbow for the shears. So what rainbow does is pretty self-explanatory. If I just shear this sheep, I'll get a random colour of wool from it. We now have a covering cloak for the chest plate. What it will do is when you are crouched, it will take a second and turn you invisible. No matter how much armor you're wearing, it will hide you. So even though I've got the chest plate on still, you can see I'm still hidden, and it works for shields, items, whatever you're holding. Just as soon as it happens, it will play some particles, make a sound, and hide you completely. And last but not least, we have Lava Strider. Lava Strider works exactly like Death Strider, just for lava. If I come to the nether here, and if I jump in the lava, I swim very slowly. But if I put on these boots with Lava Strider, I move significantly quicker, almost like I'm walking on land. Well, that's it, and if you enjoy any of my content, please consider subscribing, it would help me out a lot. And yeah.